Hi, my name is Jesse. I'll be getting to this energy. Let me propose time banking, communal reciprocity. Hi, I'm Jesse. My pronouns are they, them. I'm a youth mentor and community advocate. I'm a radical grassroots organizer who is a native to the city of Philadelphia. So I have seen many phases of the city, many areas of progression that have been followed up with many areas of improvement. And my dedication to the city and its residents is to hold stakeholders accountable to bridge the gaps, aiding marginalized residents so that we, don't fall through the cracks during these rehabilitation efforts. Now, I am ecstatic to be presented with an opportunity to work as a part-time co-organizer with the Womanist Working Collective, right? An organization that I've looked up to and whose philosophy I've been inspired by since my high school years. All right, gratitude. Now, when it comes to describing my relationship to and existence within capitalism, right, white supremacy, patriarchy, there's a push and pull, tug of war, an actual war where I'm waiting to exhale. I am a queer, non-binary person of color with intersecting identities that are negatively impacted within a capitalist-driven society, which has been strategically designed to enhance barriers within my life and many others, like myself, within our marginalized communities. Struggling to live in a capitalist society is exhausting, and so I believe in radical self-care, where any actions of rest and caring for myself is prioritized so that I can support my community holistically as a direct combat to denouncing capitalist ideologies and practices. The structure of capitalism was built to uphold white supremacy and perpetuate patriarchal standards, right? Existing to harm and disenfranchise all women of color. And please note that moving forward, when utilizing the term woman, I am including my trans sisters in solidarity and those who state themselves as femme, queer, and NB, of which who choose to identify as women, right? Those of us who understand and embrace indigenous practices of communal support are actively working to denounce these harmful systems by participating in practices like barter and trade for equity and other alternative methods of payment, right, that merit reciprocal relationships. As of now, the society we live in challenges us to go back to our roots for progression by locating and accessing the resources of capitalism. We're being aware that we must operate solely for the sake of funneling resources and opportunities to be streamlined and distributed into our communities. I dream of sovereignty for all that even looks like having the option to opt into a capitalist society or not if you so choose, right? So long as financial literacy resources are clear, tangible, and accessible to marginalized communities. Now, in regards to my workshop facilitation experience, I like to be sure that any information I'm sharing is interactive throughout for digestion, and it's multimedia with physical and or digital resources that are shared, followed by tangible, empowering call to actions. My experience with workshop facilitation stems from my active participation as a co-founding member of a youth-led collective dubbed Youth Healers Stand Up, housed at an organization in West Philadelphia. I'm going to be quite mindful not to name drop certain organizations and people unless deemed necessary. Okay. A majority of our work, right, has involved community-centered research where we hold visioning sessions with young people facing housing insecurity in order to highlight their perspective and pinpointing their own needs. We would then take their responses and synthesize it into data with a cohesive story that we would present to stakeholders who had direct or indirect impact to creating tangible solutions for the young community. Together, the healers, we've curated our very own Heal the Future conference. I've also hosted and assisted in facilitating workshops and presentations alongside the Young Adult Leadership Council, which was housed at the Office of Homeless Services, a consulting liaison for Philadelphia youth, a HUD requirement of the Pennsylvania Continuum of Care. I love and embrace professional development opportunities, okay? Being able to hone in on my skills for workshop facilitation and presentations is paramount to my role as an advocate for the community. So I look forward to staying updated within the field of social services and skill building via conferences such as Allied Media Conference, renamed AMC Seeds, National Network for Youth Summit, Leadership Institutes, the Autonomous Conferences, and much more. Another integral part of attending these Skillshare opportunities are the professional networks and relationships that we build in solidarity with external communities. Oh, I can't forget YouTube University and TED Talks. That's my jam, okay, for workshop facilitation. My organizational work in social services aligns with the needs of the Womanist Collective, and that I have experience in utilizing various research methods to support fundraising and grant writing. As a member of the Youth Healers Stand Up, for instance, right, we secured over $50K within our first 6 to 9 months of operating. When it comes to fundraising and securing funding, it's always ideal to utilize marketing methods that will help us raise awareness in our messaging and needs. Taking advantage of tech, social media is the route to go. Marketing in the world of grassroots looks like community outreach and relationship building, building trust, and showing outcomes. I will admit that although my previous work centered around uplifting marginalized communities of color, specifically for youth, there were some restrictions that were infringed upon us as groups that were bounded by city-funded compliance. Having to be extended representations of who we were housed by and not being able to be as radical in our approach, we had to rely on our allies in partnership with those who held no restrictions. So I look forward to exploring the approach of boots on the ground organizing while supporting the Womanist Working Collective. I haven't managed a time bank exclusively before, but I'm very well versed with the model, and the world saw a beautiful rendition of it during the pandemic with mutual aid and community-led support. I will say that within the LGBTQIA community of Philadelphia, we have ongoing threads in Facebook groups and master docs that cultivate the existence of time banking somewhat and reparations. My dreams with or without the Womanist Working Collective, right, are to continue approaching the world via an Afrofuturist lens and way of navigating, so to create the utopia that I know is near for us all. As a self-proclaimed holistic healer with experiences in tech and team management, I look forward to creating respective work opportunities for young adults, as they are who shape the future. Investing in them is healing the past, present, and future to dismantle cycles that have clinged onto us, and embracing indigenous healing modalities are the foundations needed to build upon. I've always envisioned a world that prioritizes Ubuntu by way of Umoja for us to thrive and fly high. The work doesn't start or end here, but I will say that the collective has an approach that embodies the needed model that many can learn from. Like Jada Pinkett said, this is a season for healing, and I'm here for it. Gratitude. Thank you for letting me share, for letting me be presented with this opportunity, right? Alongside the Womanist Working Collective, I truly do hope to hear back from the team. If not, continue the good work, continue putting on the good fight, as I will do so as well. Thank you.